Hey everybody, it's Miss Morgan here. Welcome back to another week in my lab. Whenever you're building or inventing or whatever somebody else might do in a lab, you need to make sure that you have faith. And faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can't see. And you also have to have something to work with. I asked a couple people if I could borrow their glasses for today's episode. Cheers! Just kidding, not water glasses, eyeglasses. I see you. Okay, so these are reading glasses. They're supposed to help you see things that are close up. Let's see if they work. Oh, yep, they work. They work. I can see things way more clearly now. It's kind of like focus, blurry. Focus, blurry. Focus. But what about when I put on these glasses? These are for somebody that really can't see things close up. Let's see. Ah, yeah, they work. I can't see anything. I can't see anything. It's like blurry. Oh, focus. Isn't that kind of wild? There's a bunch of different kinds of glasses because there's a bunch of people. Not everybody sees exactly the same. Today's Bible story is about a man named Paul, and he met some people who think a little bit differently than he did. But you should just go see for yourself. See what I did there? Meanwhile, I've got some more glasses to try on. What? These are X-ray glasses. I can see my bones. Just kidding. They're just my sunglasses. But seriously though, look at that freckle.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 17, verses 16 through 34.
Wherever Paul went, he boldly preached the good news of Jesus.
This Jesus I'm telling you about is the Messiah.
Many Jews and Greeks believed in Jesus, but in nearly every town, a group of Jews would gather to oppose Paul. He and his companions were forced out of Thessalonica, and then later that same group of Jews followed to run Paul out of Berea. Eventually, the believers helped Paul escape to the coast, where he could travel by boat to Athens.
Tell Silas and Timothy to join me as soon as they can.
Once Paul reached Athens, he walked the streets of the ancient city, disturbed by what he saw. Carved and molded statues everywhere.
Statues of their gods. The people really believe false gods can help them.
In fact, the Athenians believed in around 30,000 false gods. Yeah, they believed these gods were in charge of everything from sports to sleep to doors and cleanliness.
A god of grapes. Okay.
While Paul waited for his friends, he visited the Jewish synagogue to tell Jews and Greeks alike about Jesus. And in the marketplace, he spoke to anybody who would listen.
You have to hear about Jesus. He was killed, but he came back to life.
Paul's words stirred up a group of Athenian thinkers. These men felt that they could achieve perfection through knowledge and wisdom.
Can you explain what this fellow is chattering about?
He seems to be telling us about gods we've never heard of.
We shall take this Paul to a meeting of the Areopagus. There, we shall reason it out.
Set high on an outcropping of rock, the Areopagus was the high court of Athens. And from this viewpoint, Paul could see all of Athens spread out below him. Closer at hand, the gathered Epicureans and Stoics studied Paul.
What is this new teaching you're giving us?
You have some strange ideas we've never heard before.
We would like to know what they mean.
Paul took a deep breath. These people treated new ideas like playthings, so he wanted to connect the story of Jesus with something they already knew.
People of Athens, I see that you are very religious in every way.
We are aware of this. Please proceed.
Paul recalled a small carved altar he had discovered while exploring the city.
As I walked around, I looked carefully at the things you worship. I even found an altar with "To an Unknown God" written on it. Now, I'm going to tell you about this unknown God.
Paul explained to them that the true God created the entire world and everything in it. He created each individual person with a purpose and an adventure to live.
He did it so that people would seek him and find him, even though he is not far from any of us.
Preposterous.
Continue.
Paul knew that these Athenians might listen to the words of their own writers that might actually reflect something of who God is.
In him we live and move and exist. As some of your own poets have also said, we are his children.
What an interesting point.
Paul told them that people are God's children. God is alive and real, not some carved statue or molded from gold. And now by sending Jesus, God was telling everyone everywhere to turn away from the bad things they've done and to follow him.
God has proved this to everyone by raising Jesus from the dead.
Preposterous.
Fascinating.
More like fantasy. Get this joker out of here.
No. This is new, fresh. We will hear you speak about this again sometime.
A man called Dionysius had been among the crowd at the Areopagus. He hurried to catch up as Paul left.
I want to know more about this living God, about Jesus.
I can help you, friend.
So Paul continued to spread the good news and love of Jesus, and after a short time, Dionysius became a follower of Jesus, as well as a woman named Damaris and several others.
I know it's a banana, but it kind of just looks like a weird yellow blob. Man, it's hard to focus when you can't see clearly, but I think it's important to try and see things from another person's point of view. Like Paul with the people of Athens. They believed in different gods than what Paul did, but he tried to see things the way that they saw them so that he could tell them about Jesus in a way that they would understand. He told them about the one true God that created the world and everything in it. And he told them that God proved how powerful he was by bringing a man back from the dead. And that man was God's son, Jesus. Many of the people from Athens had never heard of anything like that before. And some people thought Paul was kind of crazy, but some of them really wanted to learn more. But Paul was able to help them understand and know Jesus the way that he knew Jesus. And that's something that we can do too. And it's our bottom line today. You can help others know Jesus. And that can be easy if you're talking to somebody that knows things the way that you do. But when somebody thinks differently than you, or sees things differently than you, or has had different experiences than you, it helps to try to see things from their point of view. Oh yes, I see what you're saying now. The best thing for you to do is just to keep it real. Be honest about the things that Jesus has done for you. And it's not just about what you say. You can help people know Jesus by what you do too. If you treat people with love and respect and kindness, they can see the love of Jesus through you. Everybody's different, and we all see things a little bit different. So I think it helps sometimes to see things the way that other people see them, and you don't even have to change your glasses to do it. I'll see you guys next time.